Hello, welcome to MCFC9320Group. How is everybody? Before we start, we must. Anne-Marie is not with us tonight. She's on her way back from Gretna Green, people, where she has got married today. So,
hey.
I'm not shouting yay because she didn't even invite us.
You know what? I don't wish to put a downer on all this, but I'm not. She's a member of the team and a very important member. But two things she's done wrong here. The unwritten rule is never get married on a match day.
Yep.
And more importantly, never get married on a podcast day.
On a podcast
and
day,
especially if you're going to get married,
I was going to say
if you're going to get married, make sure you invite the other members of the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Anne-Marie, why have you not invited us to your wedding? But congratulations, all the same. And
we wish you all the best.
I know you're actually a newlywed now. We wish you and Derek all the best. But what my dear old father used to say, God rest his soul, is there's 3 rings in a marriage. 3 rings in a relationship. There's engagement ring, wedding ring. Does anybody know what the other one is?
The drum.
Suffering.
Thank God you said suffering. I was thinking something else. Listen, anyway, I bought
onion ring.
I bought Anne-Marie this.
Oh, nice.
You've not even had a chance to give it off, you mate.
Is that the Bee of the Bang?
It's my version of it.
Is it, or is it one of them smelly candle things?
They're incest candles.
Smelly sticks.
I don't think they're called incest candles.
Yeah. Yeah, the smelly ones, aren't they?
I don't think incest is the right word, though, Ray. Right. Anyway. So congratulations.
She is with us with her spirit.
Congratulations, Anne-Marie. We hope you and Derek live long and happy and prosperous. And
I hope you have a safe journey back with that bad weather out there. We nearly didn't get the game on today because of it. She nearly didn't get married, probably.
Right, before we get onto today's game, we've got to touch on Paris Saint-Germain in midweek. Wow. Unbelievable. I just thought that is the best. I'd say that is the best performance I've seen City play on TV, of course, because I don't give UEFA for any of my money. For many a year, Riz.
And you didn't go on it?
No, don't like UEFA. Don't go. Oh, they will not get a penny of my... I was going to say hard-earned money then, but they're not going to get a penny of my money.
They don't get it.
Don't care.
They get more off you.
Listen, I booed it. I don't care. Somebody was wrong. I booed the anthem. I said, I can do what I want.
So, what do you reckon of the game, Riz?
I thought the game was absolutely brilliant. The atmosphere was fantastic. It wasn't quite up there with Hamburg, but it was probably one of the best Champions League atmospheres I've been to in a long, long time. Everyone would seem to be up for it. The whole stadium were up singing and stuff. So it was that was, from my point of view, that was great. The performance on the pitch, wow. Messi, Mbappe, and what's he called? That other one who's partly
Junior.
What's the other one called?
It's Mbappe, Messi, and who's the other one? Alex?
Neymar, Nightmare.
Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
Not just his ma, then it was his sister, I've heard as well.
So yeah, you're quite right, Riz. Honestly, nobody had a poor game.
No, apart from the referee.
Yeah, little bit. It got better in the second half, but first half, and why Laporte got booked? They was doing silly things all the time. Laporte, in fact, it happened today again. But Laporte, he gets yellow carded every time.
Seems to get a card every game.
For nothing really as well. I mean, it's one of those.
It won't. He won't on Wednesday at Villa because he's banned from that game now.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I bet Laporte is good at poker. He's always
Go
getting
on.
cards, isn't he?
I can feel a tumbleweed moment coming on.
Don't know what you mean. So what one of the most pleasing things, even today to a certain extent, what pleased me is Sterling. His confidence seems to be coming a little bit together now.
Slowly. I'm
It
glad
can
he
only be a
scored the
good-
goal.
That can only be a good thing, can't it? I mean, because we need everybody firing, don't we? I don't want to. I hate sort of like saying, "Oh, Sterling's had a bad game. Everybody's had a bad game," but we're honest on here. And if somebody's had a bad game, we call it out. But I don't like calling it out. I just wish he could just like get back to what he's good at. And I think the swapping his positions around a little bit's helped him. Maybe got his confidence back. And I think today was more of a sort of forced change to put him back on the left-hand side, to be honest, because I'd have preferred him on the right. But
I thought he did okay today, John.
Yeah, he did all right. Apart from there's times when he could do things better when he has too much time to think. But that's Sterling all over. He's been like that since day one. When he's got time to think, he just seems to fluff his lines. It's like with the goal against PSG. It was a split second thing. He went for it and he got the goal. Because if it come to him in the box and he had to actually score without having to just react, then he'd probably fluffed it.
But
if he had to do, sorry,
I was going to say Bernardo's looking more and more comfortable now. After his being homesick and stuff like that. He doesn't look very homesick to me the way he's performing on that pitch.
Not at all.
Bernardo is amazing this season.
Yeah.
he's been amazing for a couple though, hasn't he? I mean, obviously there was last season. I don't know what. I can only imagine it was something. It had to be something to do with Mendy, the racist slurs and possibly what was going on off the field that maybe the players were aware of. And he's a very sensitive soul, is our Bernardo, isn't he? And I think it affected him more than most. But this season we've got Bernardo back, haven't we?
Yeah.
What an engine he's got. I know they always talk about Colin Bell's amazing engine going from, box to box, but Bernardo Silva's got to be up there with what Colin Bell used to do. He's just doesn't stop running around. He's like a little puppy.
I think he's still chasing newspapers and stuff like that, and leaves what goes on the pitch. He just does not. In fact, at half time they should have got him clearing the snow because it'd have been done in a fraction of the time. Big round of applause as well for our ground staff today as well. I thought they, because towards the end of the first half today, I thought there's going to be a chance this is going to be called off.
I thought the same.
Coming down, but it looked a lot better once because it just seemed to be sticking to too quick. Because I don't know whether any of you are aware, they're not actually, and I was surprised when I heard this a while ago. They're not actually allowed to use undersoil heating while the match is ongoing.
I was surprised. I thought that was on.
Nope.
But
if any of our three listeners know any different, I'm pretty sure that they're not allowed to have the undersoil heating on while the match is in progress.
They could maybe burn the bottoms if they fell on it, if it got too hot, maybe.
we're one of those listeners, so we have to answer the question, right?
Yeah, one of us has got to answer it because he's only us listening. So we could just make some up, couldn't we? There we go.
Well,
Yeah, it's in case they get electrocuted.
That'll be. That's the reason. Doesn't matter. That's the reason.
It also attracts lightning.
Yeah.
You're making this up, aren't you?
Or possibly if it could create a puddle.
But that's only if you can't get to the toilet in time.
Well, it's very cold out there.
Yeah. So going back to PSG, a lot, like I said, a lot of decent performances and stuff like that. But a lot of individual great performances, but the way they played as a team, considering the injuries and stuff like that, we still got out. Still no De Bruyne, no Foden, no Grealish. I'll be honest, I didn't give us a chance against PSG. But what was shone like a beacon is, yeah, PSG, they're a great front three, but
That's about it, really.
No great shakes at the back. And it for those who were at the match, as soon as City got the ball and there was attacking PSG, the three amigos, all he was doing, it was just like walking back, whereas, there's no pressing or anything like that trying to win the ball back. Whereas when we lose the ball, whether it's Gab Jesus, even Mahrez, Sterling, Bernardo, we chase trying to get that ball back straight away. So it's three individuals in it, Alex.
Yes, I totally agree. And even Mahrez, as you said, I was just about to say that Mahrez would be great for PSG for not going back, as Anne-Marie tends to say. But he does go back sometimes, not as much as Bernardo, though.
And it was pleasing to see our number 9, Alex, against PSG, pop a goal in.
Yes. I'm the chairman of his fan club this season.
Alex, do us a favour, just stand up 1 second.
Why do you want me to stand up?
Because you need to stand corrected, because we were saying last season on the podcast that.
Oh, I knew it.
I'm glad you didn't stand up, Alex, because I don't know if you know this, he doesn't wear any pants.
Yes, I'm following your advice.
Alex is very popular with the lady listeners, and I would imagine if he stood up, he would please them all. But you stay seated, Alex.
It's a Bulgarian habit. We have to keep it.
Oh, it rubs off on me sometimes.
You know me. Yeah, we understand each other in that matter.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to try and delete that thought. Most improved player, without a doubt, this season is Gab. What a revelation he's been on the right. He swapped over a little bit into the centre, and his all-round game has come on leaps and bounds, John.
It certainly has. He seems to be chasing everything down nowadays. I noticed a couple of years ago when he first came with us, and if he lost the ball, he seemed to just stop and let the other ones chase it. But now, as soon as anything happens, he's after it, and he's chasing people down. He's rushing at people. He's blocking them. He's doing everything that Pep's asking him to now, and it's working out wonders.
And in particular, against PSG, it was great to see not only Pep, but Raheem Sterling came out in public praising the fans, for the atmosphere and stuff like that. We've not really heard anything. I know we've touched on Raheem a little bit, but we've not really heard of any, since he's been in his little bit of a lull, Riz. But he's actually coming out, and one of the main things was praising the City fans and stuff like that. So maybe it's something more personal what's been going on in Raheem's life, and he's starting to, get back into his football a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, none of us are privy to what goes on behind closed doors. With things we're going on with Mendy, I mean, nobody was privy to it. So we don't know what goes on. What people sort of forget is that just because they earn, £300,000 a week and blah, 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 it's not their fault that they earn that kind of money. So people always sort of like say, I can't believe he's not put a shift in. He wants to work in a coal garage, blah, blah, blah. I get that, that's understandable, but they're still human beings after all, and they still get affected by things. It's like we can all have a bad day at the office, but if one of us has a bad day at the office, it doesn't necessarily have, a few million people watching, does it? Or 50 odd thousand in the ground live. So, we have a bad day, we can keep it under our hats and get on with it. So, I don't know what's gone on. I hope it's sorted, whatever it is, because I don't think it's anything to do with football as such, as in on the pitch. I think there's something been going on behind the scenes, and let's hope he's over it and back to the Raz that bangs in 20 odd goals a season. That's what we want.
John, how come Stonesy didn't start today?
Apparently, he was not up to it. He was tired, apparently.
Wasn't bothered.
No, he was tired and he wasn't feeling too well, apparently, something like that.
Fair enough.
That's a pity.
Tired.
Yeah.
Do you know, tired? You know, if he was working in a cold garage, you know, no, I was surprised to see Laporte start. If I'm totally honest, I thought Stonesy had a play today. Cancelo again decent. Walker again decent. Are you still chuckling there?
John is just fixing his technology.
I'm just moving my wife out of the picture.
Your Wi-Fi or your wife?
She just walked.
The Wi-Fi.
You missed
Just
it.
walked past it, you know, nothing on hardly. Do you not see it?
No, bring her back. Let me rewind. So yeah, I was expecting to see Stone today, but again, against PSG and as well as today, some good performances. Are we still in need of a striker? Because we're scoring goals. Do you see Haaland happening?
I think the main thing why we don't need a striker is that we're so good in defense. And you know, the West Ham game was John. The West Ham game just showed it.
It was like today, many a time there was chances to have a shot on goal, and a few of them took them, but they weren't clinical enough. If that had been Sergio, then we'd have probably scored 4. If we get a striker, we can never replace Sergio, and I don't think we'll ever find a striker as good as him.
Never, ever, ever.
The thing what gets me is that we don't need a striker as such. We just need basically to practice shooting at goal more often. Because these players out there, they're getting in the right positions and all the rest of it. We're just not finishing. So would a striker make that much difference? People keep saying, "Oh, if we'd have had, you know, such a body out there today, he'd have bagged 4. We'd have had 4 goals today." But would we? Because the build-up play would be different. Because we've got a striker up front, and we've got, you know, instead of 3 up top, we've got a striker and a couple of wingers. You know, it's all.
But I'm sure Sterling's classed as a striker. I'm sure Jesus is classed as a striker. They're both on the pitch today.
Well, where does Jesus play for? Is it Brazil he plays?
Right,
left wing.
Yes.
Left wing, innit?
Depends which half you're playing.
When he plays for Brazil.
Yeah, but even our bench today looked a bit weak, and we had a few of the kids on today. You know, on the bench, Palmer, Mcfc, Fernandinho. You know, all kids what have come through the. Fernandinho come straight on, and what a composed finish that was. Thankfully.
That's his first touch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's on your striker.
I'd like to think that if that had come out to Sterling, I think he'd have missed it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you
had plenty of time?
Match?
He had plenty of time to think about it, and going off what Sterling does, he'd have missed that.
The problem with some of these players
behind me at the match.
The problem with some of these players, they try and make it too technical. Instead of just hitting it, put your legs through it straight at the net. They try and curve it round people and go for top corners and things like that. If you hit it hard and fast enough, then the keeper's not stopping it.
I don't think we work goalkeepers enough. I don't think we work the goal. You know, in any game, I can't remember us peppering the goalkeeper shot after shot after shot. We don't do it. We try and walk the ball into the back of the net. Now, if these, you know, like Rodri the other week, Rodri's rocket the other week and stuff like that, you know, if we do more of that, you know, it might open things up for us to be able to score another, you know, like a tap in, because they hold back, they're expecting us to walk it in the net. If we start peppering the keeper from all sort of angles, it opens the goal up to more attacks.
The thing is with that though, Paul, it will never happen while Pep's in charge because he's so frightened of them losing the ball and getting hit on a counter attack. Because if they keep shooting like that, there's bound to be the ball's going to come out once and they'll run on it and go.
Yeah, but there are opportunities for players to score goals, and they're pulling the ball back. They're doing all sorts of stuff, and
especially today in them conditions, you would have expected 4 shots, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, today we totally battered him.
Yes.
I can't remember him apart from their goal. I can't remember a save. Well, Edison, I think he made 1 save, and that was it really.
Yeah.
The second half today was just. It was kind of non-existent in a way because it was just.
Is that a secret movement? Is this a secret movement between you two?
Again?
Is this a secret handshake between you two?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You just both did it at synchronized times near enough.
It's a ball thing.
Because baldness is another word for genius. You've got to look at Pep, myself, and Riz.
Yeah, exactly. Well, from what I've heard, Andy, you won't be with us much longer because you're off to Turkey, aren't you, in a couple of weeks?
Yeah. For that.
Shows your fryer tuck there where you've been growing, ready for the turkey transplant. I know they say turkey's not just for Christmas, but it's also not just for hair transplants. You can also get your teeth done while you're out there.
What are you trying to say?
I'm bald and proud, mate. I'm happy, mate. But
what are you trying to say about my teeth?
Nothing about your teeth, mate. It's your.
Maybe about my teeth because I had a thing a couple of days ago.
You had a thing a couple of days ago. What thing?
Alex, when you went to the dentist, what time was your appointment?
4 o'clock?
I know this.
2:30.
2:30.
2:30.
Here are we.
Tumbleweed.
Press that tumbleweed button. Where is it? Where's it? There it is. There. Press there again.
So
see there, he's scratching his head that because his hair's growing. He's off to Turkey.
But have you ever seen a turkey with hair?
Well, we'll see in a couple of weeks, won't we?
It's that time of the year, isn't it? Christmas Day, it'll be all over that turkey.
Be all over your head, mate. I can't wait to see it because if it works on your head, I might have a go myself.
Riz,
you get the number off Gavin Silver.
Yeah.
Riz, do us a favour, please, pal. We just turn your camera upside down so your head's the right way. So, should we get back to football?
Go on then.
We'll get back to football. What we're not paid to do, yeah. So, what's Edison today? Almost got his 100th clean sheet for us. Up until
I thought he was
seconds.
He was gutted.
I tell you what, that weren't a bad goal, that though.
It was pretty good.
I must admit,
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, if I'm honest, and I was there.
And a assist by Fernandinho.
And another milestone today, Kyle Walker's 200th appearance for us. He's just getting better and better. He was a decent old player, when we signed him, but Pep's... Sorry, John, we're not disturbing you, are we?
No, not yet.
All right. So, Pep's made him a better player, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's made every player at City's better player, aren't they?
Almost scored today, Kyle.
Right, so we almost won 3-1 then, did we, Alex?
Yeah. 4-1. Well, 2 disallowed goals.
We had some goals disallowed, so it could have been 5-1.
Because I sit on the other side of the stadium in the first half. What was it? An offside? Was it offside? But it was a great finish, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a great finish.
Marginal. I would say it was very marginal, but if you've got to make the lines fatter like they said they were going to do, then you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the strikers, haven't you? And, well, no, we're a striker, were it? Because we ain't got one of them, but you know what I mean.
It's the dialect.
Yeah. So the up and coming matches now. We've got Villa
Oh,
Yep.
on Wednesday.
I'm going. I am.
I can't even watch it. I'm going to watch Deacon Blue.
What? Why?
I'll tell you what, mate. That's it for me. You're real gone, kid.
I know, but at least I'll have a bit of dignity, you know.
Well, that's something you haven't got.
So yeah, I've got
so it's Villa away.
Villa away. I know it's away.
I was just checking.
I'm taking my daughter to her first away
Chicken
game.
or turkey? Which one? So yeah, Villa. I've got a decent record at Villa as well. I've never seen us lose at Villa. So
You've what?
I've never seen us lose at Villa. Every time I've been, I love going to Villa. It's still one of my favourite away grounds, John.
Yeah, I enjoy Villa game. Villa away, it's good. Like I just said, I'm taking my daughter on her first trip there, so it's going to be a first away game.
No drugs allowed, mate. I don't want your daughter tripping in Villa.
No.
No, that's Gerrard.
Do we know?
Will Aquagas of Warrington be closing early on Wednesday then?
Yes, they will be. Setting off about 4:30.
Very good.
So Gerrard, yeah, Slippy Stevie G, the new Villa boss. I just want to get one over him every time I do because I just think he's an absolute buffoon. I think, is Grealish back? I'd love to see Grealish pop a winner in there.
Yep, me too.
I prefer he started him on the bench.
Have we found out what's happening with him yet?
I think he's got a groin strain, apparently, from what I'm hearing in the papers.
Right.
And he's not playing attack anymore. Do you know where
See
I'm
what
going
you
with that one?
ATAC.
See? Yeah.
Since you know what, since that's come out in the papers, he seems to have not played any football since then.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he's not concentrating on his more than football, because I'd be very disappointed in that, because he seems to have knuckled down when he joined us, because he was a bit of a party boy while he was at Villa. Is he really injured?
The only thing I can think of is he got COVID.
What's COVID? Is that like COVID?
Yeah. It's the olden version.
I won't say, do you know the way to Oldham, because that's a different show. So De Bruyne, why is not De Bruyne not back? Surely it was only 10 days as well. That was what, nearly 3 weeks ago?
No, he was missing 3 games, which is right.
It's 10 days, John.
Yeah, we've had 3 games in less than 10 days.
No, it's when the symptoms start. No, not Bart and the rest of them.
It was.
So,
yeah. Is it because of COVID, or is it because he's still injured from the playing for Belgium?
Well, obviously it depends. You know, if he's had COVID and he's still poorly, fair enough. But if it's just that he's got it, you know, because he's got the symptoms and stuff like that, it's 10 days of isolation. So
yeah,
I would have thought he would have been, because I don't even think he's back amongst the fold for training, is he?
Well, I'm not seen any pictures of him, so. But I think it might be due back tomorrow. I'm sure it's about 10 days since it got announced.
So all of a sudden it starts getting a little bit better. You know, get Foden back, De Bruyne back, get Grealish back.
Stones.
What's that? Stones is back, mate.
Say something though. Everybody's saying about De Bruyne being injured and everything, and we're going to miss him. But we've had 3 wins out of 3.
I think. You ready for this? I think Gundogan is he actually plays better when De Bruyne isn't actually playing as well.
I think that as well. West have always said that.
And Rodri is perfectly fine there.
The team plays better. The team plays better without KDB in it.
Should we sell him then?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah,
it's controversial.
You're quite right.
We like to be controversial.
This season,
I've said it all along. When KDB's not in that team, the likes of Mahrez, Gundogan, Rodri, Cancelo, they all seem to step up to the mark and play better as a team. We play better as a unit, I think. We're more balanced.
But you'd still put De Bruyne straight back in there, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't. If I was Pep, I wouldn't. Same with Grealish. You don't. The team's winning. They're playing well. They've got a good balance. The team looks balanced. Just stick with it.
We all know Pep likes to rotate, though, don't we?
I think it's okay to play him against Leipzig, the last game of the Champions League, but the rest of the games, I think he should remain on the bench for now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very controversial, that.
You heard it here first.
No, but to a certain extent, I do agree. We do look a little bit more balanced. We've over-relied on Kev for a long time now, and we found a different way of playing. I've noticed we're putting more and more balls in the box now. It's just a shame we've only got little Bernardo up front.
Yeah, imagine if we had Dzeko there.
He's got.
Dzeko.
Who?
Dzeko.
Is that
who's Dzeko?
That's Dzeko, but that's the way you pronounce his name, Dzeko.
Do you want the correct pronouncement?
How would you say it in Stockport, Alex? Go on.
Dzeko.
Who?
Dzeko.
Dzeko.
It's basically Dzeko, but it's a silent D, so it's Dzeko. Me and Alex from Bulgaria, we know these things.
We practice it.
The correct
Serbia, Bulgaria, it's all the same.
The correct pronunciation actually is Edin.
No, that's the name. And it's Edin.
Edin. What do you know in Stockport?
Edin.
Ask Riz. We have this language course that we do.
Edin, don't John?
Edin.
So,
Alex, mate, 100% the heathens, these two, when it comes to languages.
Let's fast forward a couple of weeks, right? Our last Champions League match, we've qualified as top of the group. What sort of side would you put out? Would you give the kids a run out, to give our players, or would you make it fairly strong so we keep that continuity?
I'd play Palmer, 100%.
Half and half out. I'd put a good defence out, but I'd let the kids all attack them.
Because McAtee's I think he's got a lot to offer. Now, is Pep only putting him on the bench because the rags are sniffing round him? Because he's been, if you think about it, Pep's been quite clever since the summer, where apparently Bernardo wanted out, Laporte wanted out. Now, Pep's been playing them predominantly all season so far to keep them sweet.
I can't imagine anybody with the right mind going to United from City.
He is a United fan, though.
So
is the rest of his family.
That's some confusion in the head.
Yeah, but so's Palmer.
Is he?
He's not.
Yes.
I don't think he is.
Oh, he is.
Right, I'm gonna put that out there. I'm sure Palmer is a blue from Wythenshawe.
Yeah. I think he's been at the club since the age of 8. I think that's what I've heard.
All his family are Reds.
Right. I'll have you a bet, Riz. Right. What's the forfeit?
Run on the pitch naked.
Right.
I'll do the next podcast naked. if I'm right.
Right, here's one for you
If
then.
you're right.
Well, obviously, Dave, there's only us
Oh,
one.
you're such a showman. Right, so here's one for you then. If I'm wrong,
Wear a wig.
I will let my hair grow.
It's already started, mate. I can see it. We've been doing this podcast for 2
The
hours.
hair in your head. The hair in your head.
If you're wrong, you shave your beard off.
All right.
Fair enough.
Live on a podcast.
Shake on it.
Yeah.
Live on a
Oh, I should
podcast, is
say.
it? Yeah.
Right, we'll put that out there. Anything else you want to bring up, chaps?
Ooh.
No, I think that's covered about all of it, really.
Torres, what's going on there?
Is he going? Is he staying? Should he stay or should
He's
Ridiculous.
got 3.5 years left on his contract. He ain't going anywhere.
No.
It's media
Just-
talk, innit, again.
Yeah. United have a lot of things happening with United. So what do? They try and push the actual talk elsewhere. So they start saying things about our players. It happens every year. Don't worry about it.
And it always
carried
happens
the
leading up to a transfer window.
Yeah.
Because
You know what? I don't think there's one member of the actual media who I'm interested in, follow, or give a monkeys what they say, if I'm being honest, because it's all nonsense.
Simon Mullock. He's a Simon
Ding,
Mullock.
ding, ding.
Top journo for the Mirror.
Yeah.
He's a big blue.
Mate, is he your drinking partner or something? There must be a reason for it.
No, he's a big blue, Simon.
Martin Samuel, he's all right.
Who?
Martin Samuels.
Yeah, I think Henry Winter's brilliant. Friend of the show.
You having a laugh?
No.
Henry Winter's brilliant.
Yeah. I've got a lot of time for Mr. Henry Winter.
Listen, you haven't got any time because you work too hard, mate. So don't give me that nonsense.
Try telling my boss that.
I will
you
do
win
a
the
month.
We thought you were
Oh,
the
you
boss.
were the boss.
You told me you owned it.
You told me what?
You said you owned it.
Yeah.
I thought you said boned it and all.
So anyway, on that note, guys, have a wonderful. How can you delete thoughts out your head? Have a wonderful week, and hopefully the
Wig.
blokes- Huh?
Have a wonderful wig.
Wig.
Yes.
Put it this way,
Okay.
put it this way, Alex. You won't be here that next week, will you?
Nope.
Which one of us is getting married next week then?
Oh yeah. So we started on it, so we'll end on it. Congratulations, Anne-Marie and Derek. And Alex will sing us out of this show, won't you, Alex? Now.
Oh God.
I
Okay.
don't know that one.
No.
That's
On
the,
the bed, the
oh,
mic.
he's got a microphone. Go on, Alex. You sing along. You sing us out of the show.
So the song is The Boys in Blue. Okay.
Go on then. You
Is
go,
that a
Alex.
good song?
After 3, 1, 2, 3, go. This is more like Silence is Golden, boys.
What happened?
I don't know. Gentlemen,
He's lost his voice now.
it's been a gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We shall do it all again next week. Take care and have a good week, guys.
See you, Mr. Monk.